Hello, everyone. It is Monday. Who knows what day it is? It's between Christmas and New Year, right? And does anyone know what day it is right now? It does tell me on my calendar that it is Monday, December 30th. And that means it's the second last year of 2024. And I have no idea where 2024 went. If you have any clues as to where it went, let me know because I do not know. If there's any problems with the sound or anything else in this video, please let me know. And welcome everyone. We have a great crowd here already. It says we've got 15 people watching on YouTube right now. Although I think a few of those people might actually be on Facebook, but the majority of people are on YouTube, and that is normally the case. Oh, is anyone on Facebook? I don't know that I've sent any Facebookers today. Interesting. I'm wondering if it's even working over on Facebook. We've been having some problems lately, so Facebook's been doing a few different things, and my streaming software that I use to do this recording has also given me issues lately. So let me just scroll through down to the bottom. Can everyone hear me? You can hear me okay, Judy? Thank you so much. Nice to see you, Judy, and nice to see everyone. Hey, Roz. Hi, Leslie. Hi, Margaret. Margaret, packing is no fun, and I totally understand that you need some downtime from that because it's draining. It's so draining, and yep, I sympathize with you. I really do. Barbara, hi. Hello, hello. Sheila, hello. You said you're having a blob day. I think I'm having a blob week because that's what Christmas and New Year's period is all about, right? And I would have thought some days I've been better than others, but yesterday I started out well, but then it was my husband's birthday, so that all went out the window, and we went out to dinner last night, and there was not a single vegetable on my plate. I ordered something yummy. It was delicious. It was an Asian chicken, honey soy chicken thing with rice, and I just expected some vegetables in there, and there was none at all. So I'm feeling very meh this morning. So I went for my walk, and I need to get a salad into me. That's what I need. It is summer here in Australia, so we don't eat a lot of really heavy food at this time of year, but Christmas, we just eat whatever we want. Too much cheese, too much everything. Oh my goodness. It is over on Facebook. Thanks, Denise. That's really helpful. Thank you. Good to know. But I noticed nearly everyone watching that's showing up. Oh, no, Jolene's on Facebook. So there you go. I have seen one person, but everyone else is on YouTube. Jolene, I hope you're not all by yourself over there. All right. It is CraftAlong. CraftAlong is my monthly event. In order to get a packet of supplies to make the CraftAlong project, you need to have ordered with me the month before this video goes live. So today's supplies for the card that we're making today went out to everyone who ordered with me in November. So everyone who orders in December, this month, by the end of tomorrow actually, will receive the January supply pack. And it's for everyone who places an order of $60 or more. Okay, that's how my CraftAlong works. So it just rolls along every month, and every month the people who get the supply packs are the people who ordered the month before. Okay, so if you would like to do the January one, right now I haven't decided on my projects for January yet, although that's what the next week or so will be all about. But I am thinking of definitely doing new products, and I'm thinking about maybe doing a catalog launch. So we'll do maybe a range of different projects using all sorts of different things from the new catalog. So that's what I'm thinking about doing. What does everyone think about that idea? I've done it before with other new catalogs. If you like that idea, fantastic. Or I could go with, more of a certain style of card, which is what we're doing. We've been doing quite often lately. So, but this month we're doing window sheet wonders. Hey Donna, nice to see you. Marlene's here too. Hello from Canada. That sounds good, does it, Barbara? Excellent. That's what I need to hear. No, I think you're all by yourself, Jolene. That's a bit sad. Maybe you should join us on YouTube. Not that it really matters. Oh, look, Sherry Chapman. Sherry from New Mexico. She is here on Facebook as well. So we do have a couple of people on Facebook. And Donna. Donna is also. Donna from Washington. So there we go. So we do have a few folks hanging out on Facebook, and that's completely fine. Doesn't matter where you are, so long as you can hear me and you can see the beautiful projects we're going to make this month. So we're going to make a project together. Would you like to see the alternate cards first? Usually I show them after the video, but I'm thinking it might be fun to show them first. We are doing, like I said, window sheet wonders this month. You love a launch? Yeah, it's an easy thing for me to do as well, especially since I do an in-person launch in my studio mid-month. And I could probably use the same projects again online because all you online girls won't have seen them, right? So maybe that's a possibility. That might make a lot of sense. So that way I don't have to come up with all new things. I can use the projects that I've already made for the launch. All right, so all of these cards have been used, have been made using window sheets as their main focus, and there's some different techniques. I could easily do a second video with window sheets again and call it Window Sheet Wonders 2, but I'm not going to do that right now. But for now, we're just doing one, and these are the alternate. Well, let me show you the card we're making today first, and this is the one. So those of you with supply packs will be making this card. It has a, you can see it has an acetate base, okay? And then when you open it up, it has the other pieces inside. And so the thickness of the acetate, this acetate that Stampin' Up stocks, the window sheets, is very reasonable. You get two 12 by 12 sheets for only $8.75 here in Australia, and in the US and Canada, not sure about Canada, but in the US it's even cheaper than that. Someone can chime in and let me know how much if you like. But because it's so thick and sturdy, it makes a great card base, okay? And that's what we're doing today. I just think using acetate as a card base, this card is a very simple one today. Sometimes I do something with a bit more meat to it, I guess you would say, but I've gone simple this month because, you know, it's Christmas and we're all tired and full of food, so let's go with something simple, don't you think? And it's still really pretty. Okay, so I'll take you through how to make this in a moment, and all the pieces that went out have got all the pieces to make that. Okay, but here's some other projects. So this one is a floating element card. If I shine it just right, you can see the acetate behind like the circle there. Okay, and it is just made with strips of coordinating cardstock. Very easy to do, but there's a tutorial in my alternate projects to show you how to do that. And then I have a window card. This is in no particular order. I think the one I just showed you, the floating element, that one will be the first one in the alternate tutorials, but the other ones, I'm not sure what order they're in yet. I haven't finished recording all the videos yet. Usually I have them all recorded by the time I go live, but not quite there. So I hope to have them up tomorrow. That's my plan, is to have them up tomorrow. So this one is a little window card that has, this one uses the Floral Delight paper. I love this paper. I'm not always a yellow person, but I love the yellow and white and green that we have in this paper. It's super, super nice. So that's card number 2. Well, like I said, no particular order. And then we have a floating frame card. Now you don't actually, to make a floating frame, you don't actually need to have acetate, but I actually really like that it adds to the sturdiness of the card, and it also creates this kind of shiny look, and I like that. Okay, so we're going to make this floating frame card. I'll show you how to do that. It's very, very easy. Hey Linda, nice to have you from Minnesota. And Monica, hi Monica, are you new? I don't think we know you. I don't know that I've met you before, so it's lovely to have you with us. And then the last card, of course, because we can't do an acetate window class without doing a shaker card. And as you can see, all the little sequins are in there, and this is using a new set as well. This is the Beautiful Butterflies set from the brand new catalog, and I have step-by-step instructions on how to make that card as well. So those are the tutorials that are additional this month. They're not part of this that we're doing today, but I will have, by tomorrow, I'll have up on my blog all the details of how you can purchase that. If you ordered with me last month and you got one of these supply packs, you're going to get one automatically. That's part of your gift, is all the alternate tutorials. And if you're in my team, you also get all the alternate tutorials as well. Okay, but if you don't, if you're overseas or you order with another demonstrator, or maybe you are a demonstrator, you're very welcome to order these through my blog. And like I said, it should be up later tomorrow. Okay, so that is my plan. So there's the alternate projects this month. Do we like that idea? And of course, if anyone's ordering before the end of December or has already ordered this month, you will get the tutorials, all the alternate tutorials and all the supplies to make next month's project as well. Yeah, as all the supplies to make next month's project plus the additional tutorials as well. Okay, so the tutorials I put up on YouTube, but they're not public tutorials, they're private links. So only those people who've either purchased with me or are in my team or have purchased the tutorials. Tutorials cost $15 Australian for all the additional tutorials. So there you go. All right, let's switch over to the desk and let's see how we go. So I've got my little baggie of tutorial supplies here, and I'm just going to pull these out and let's see what's in them. Let's go through them first. If anyone's crafting along with me today, let me know. I love it. I love it when I have people crafting along. And if you're crafting with a supply pack, let me know. And if you're crafting by just cutting it up yourself, I did have all the measurements over on my blog a few days ago for anyone who wanted to do that. And I do that every month as well. I put up a blog post letting you know what supplies you will need if you don't have a supply pack. Okay. Oh, I'm glad you like the cards. Thank you so much. Thanks, guys. All right, so what's in the pack? First of all, we've got a 4-inch, and yes, I am doing this in inches because acetate or window sheets are 12 inches by 12 inches, so it makes sense to use inches to cut them. So 4 inches by 8. That means you're going to get 4. This is going to be for the card base. It's a bit hard to see, I know, under this camera light because there you go. You can kind of see it there. Okay. 4 inches by 8 inches. Okay, and this is going to form our card base. The thing with acetate is when you're working with acetate, you do not want to put it down and forget where you put it because it's really hard to find it again. it kind of disappears on your desk. So whenever you're using, that's my first tip to you today, whenever you're using acetate or window sheets, make sure you remember where you put it. Okay, it might sound silly, but definitely if you're not careful, that can happen really, really easily. You were planning to watch, but you're planning to craft along, but you're just going to watch, Sheila. That's fine. I tell you what, for anyone who's watching, and I know there's a few of you that have done this in the past, January next month is a Zoom month for me. And that means at the beginning of the month, I'll be announcing which set I'm going to be using at my Zoom class. And anyone who has the particular set that I'm using is very welcome to craft along with us. Okay, if you've bought the set with me, you get the Zoom class for free. If you have if you just would like to be part of the Zoom class but you haven't purchased with me, maybe you've purchased with your own demonstrator, or you are a demonstrator, or maybe you're overseas, as long as you have the products, you can craft along, and there'll be a charge for that as well. But I'll let you know about all that stuff on my blog, so keep an eye on the blog over the next few days. Ooh, on the 7th of January, which is a big day, because that's the day our catalogs go live. It's also the day that my new blog is happening. I've got to have a new blog, so I will give you all the details of that a little bit closer to the day so that you guys can check it out, okay, and let me know what you think about the new blog. So a whole new blog. I've been using I've been using this email address, blog address. Let me put it up on the screen for you, lhiggins.blogspot.com. And if you're paying any kind of attention, you will notice immediately what is wrong with that address. Because that's not my name. It used to be many years ago. It's actually 9 years since I got married, and that address no longer really applies. But it's taken me that long to be able to decide on how to best. I couldn't work out what to do. I have actually got someone to completely redesign a blog for me with a new address. So that will no longer be the address, but you will be able to go to that address and it will redirect you to the new address. Okay, so that's all happening in January as well. Very exciting, right? But that's the address you'll go to tomorrow, lhiggins.blogspot.com. That's the address you will go to tomorrow to actually see details about all of these extra tutorials. All right, let's get rid of that and go back to comments so I can see. Does anyone have any questions before we start? Oh, definitely too much to eat. I'm the same, Donna. Totally. I know. I've been forgetting the time a lot lately, so you have my sympathy. Don't you worry, Suzanne. I'm very well aware that this is a time of year that I'm sure a lot of people will be watching the replay because they've just forgotten what day it is and what time it is. Okay, totally get it. All right, there are 4 pieces. This is the piece that's going to go, this is the white piece that's going to go here to start forming the card front. And these are 8.5 by 8.5 centimeters. Now, if you're looking at that in inches, it will be, let me see, it's about 3.25. Actually, it's 3 3/8 is what it is, but by 3 3/8. But you can go either way. All the measurements will be in the tutorial, the extra tutorials. Then I've actually cut the largest stylish shapes square. That's these guys. Love these. These are my favorite dies. Sheila knows this very well because I made her buy them. So this is the largest square. And as you can see, it's cut out this beautiful piece. And the paper that I'm using for this is called Full of Life. All right, now I don't have a full pack of Full of Life left because I'm on my second pack, but it's well and truly all chopped up and in bits and pieces, okay? But you can see you can use any of the pieces, and I didn't have enough of one type to send everybody the same coloured square. So some of you may have the green and petunia pop square like I've got here. And some of you will have this one with the orange, and some of you will have this one, which has got, that one's actually the same. That's the green one. But there's another one as well. I remember there was another square. I think it's like Summer Splash and Petunia Pop, but they've all got Petunia Pop in them. Okay, so I've used these ones with the ombre kind of a design because I thought they were really nice as a background for here. And so you can see mine here has got that Summer Splash. Is it Summer Splash or Coastal Cabana? Actually, I think it's Coastal Cabana. That's what it is. Okay, so some of you will have a slightly different colored one than this. All right, and then you'll also have a couple of circles. Now this smaller white circle is where your sentiment is going to go, and the larger Petunia Pop circle is where it's going to go behind that sentiment. Okay, so we'll get to that in a moment. But you might notice, I don't know if anyone did end up with this, my circle has got a tiny furriness to the edge of it. And there is a reason why. My circle, which I have used to death, I think maybe is getting to the end of its life. I'm not really sure, but I need to actually sharpen it up a bit by running it through some foil. But you can also pull out an emery board or a sanding block and get rid of any furriness. So if you happen to have one of those that has a bit of furriness on it, you might just want to hit the edge of it with an emery board or a sanding block, and that'll completely make that nice and smooth for you. All right, so this is here, this is here. We've got our acetate piece underneath, and then you've also got 3 little gems. Now these are from the iridescent faceted gems. That's these ones. I love these. These are part of the Full of Life suite. Okay, absolutely beautiful, which is a fantastic set. And the Happy Birthday is also from the Full of Life suite, or the Friends for Life stamp set, which is this one here. So this Friends for Life stamp set, there's the Happy Birthday. This is from the Full of Life suite. Okay, the suites always take their name after the DSP, for anyone who's wondering. Oops, I'm just going to scroll down a bit. I hope I haven't, don't ever apologize for being late, Anne. I hope I haven't missed any comments. I may have. I will go through those for you in just a second. So I'm almost up to the dies, Daryl. All right, so Happy Birthday there. And then I've got these guys. Now, the dies that I'm using, these ones are optional. I kind of threw them in because I could, okay? But the ones I'm mostly using are these two. You can see if you've got any pieces that you need to push out, you can push those out. Right, these two here, okay? So I've cut them out of silver foil, and they are from the Textured Floral dies, okay? This should answer your question. And you can see it's got these. This is the one that I've used to cut this piece. This is an optional one, and that's what I used to decorate the inside, but you don't have to do that. I just kind of liked it. I thought it was pretty, but you don't have to do that, okay? And then we've also got this one here that I used to cut the other one, right? So everyone should have 2 silver foils of these and 1 of this one, which is an optional piece that you can add inside if you want to. Okay, so these are the dies from the Textured Floral dies. I love the Textured Floral set. I use it a lot. In fact, I've used it on one of the alternate designs as well, the floating frame one. So it's an annual catalogue set. It's been around for a long, long time. And I really love it. Just show you textured floral. Where is it? Page 80. It's in here. If you don't have a catalogue, reach out, let me know, and I'm happy to send you one. All right, so we've got the textured floral stamp set and the textured floral dies. They're not a bundle. They were in the previous catalogue. In this catalogue, they are not a bundle. That quite often happens. The items will be separated out after their initial catalogue run, but here they are separate. So the stamp set is 42 and the dies are 60. And I love the dies. I love the dies that they cut out the different stamps in here, but I love these extra 3 like leafy ones, which is what I'm using today. So really, I get a lot of use out of those. I find them very helpful. Whoops, forgot to put that one back in. Better put that back in while I think about it. I'll put it in there properly later, but at least it's in the box for now, the packet. All right. So if you are cutting out your own supplies, you will need some paper, DSP, whatever DSP you're using, and you'll use the largest square to cut that out. Okay. All right. That's everything in our pack. How do we do? Everyone's got all those pieces. If you've got your supply pack, I should say. I'm looking through comments. Who's very demanding? Oh, you've got a cat. I've got one. I've got a cat. He's lying like the Sphinx underneath my craft table, and I'm just hoping he doesn't decide to pop up here. So the 2 lots of dies that we're using today, Daryl, are the textured floral and the stylish shapes. Those 2. The stylish shapes I use with everything. They're the best, as Sheila will let you know, because like I said, I made her buy them, and seems to be remarkably happy with that purchase. So I'm very happy about that. All right, let's go down. Thanks for the thumbs up, Leslie. I really appreciate that. We are all doing well. Thanks, Lani. Thank you so much. Yes, the ants, and I know we've had some ants around here. I noticed we've got a line of ants running up our bathroom door, and I followed where they're going, or where they're coming from, I should say. They're coming in through the skylight. I need to let my husband know because he'll want to fix that. They're coming in through the skylight above the bathroom and coming down and across the bathroom wall and down the doorway and into the house. No good. All right, so let's put that to one side for now. You're going to start with your piece of acetate, and I'm actually going to be folding it. Now, this is probably the most difficult thing about the whole card. What you want to do is you want to line up those corners and get them situated so they're well and truly lined up, okay, both layers. And then the problem with acetate is it can be slippery, okay, so we need to make sure we've got the corners lined up really well. And then you're going to fold down with your fingers. You're going to fold down the other edge, okay, so like this. So we're just making sure that those corners are still connected there. And then we're going to get a bone folder out, and we're going to flatten down that edge. This step is really important. If you don't flatten down your edge of your acetate, it won't sit nicely. So you really need to do that. So you need to make sure you've got a nice solid crease, and you're going to do it several times because acetate is really thick. These window sheets are really, really thick, okay? But once it's folded, it's not going anywhere, okay? It's really firm. Once it's in place, it's firm and it's not going to move. That is your card base, and that's really what makes this whole card special. So it's a very simple card, but the acetate gives it a bit of a wow factor. All right, so I'm going to work on the front first, okay? I'm going to have a white piece, and then I'm going to have my square, which is a little smaller. It's probably about 1/4 of an inch smaller on each side, and that's going to sit like that. And you're going to get your adhesive, and you're going to stick it on, okay? So you can see there's dots on the back. If you prefer to use the other side, you certainly can. It doesn't matter what kind of adhesive you use. You can go with seal, you can go with tape, you can go with Tombow, whatever you like, okay? So I'm just going to use seal because it's quick and easy, but you really can use anything. The advantage of using Tombow is that you can wiggle it into place. And don't worry, no one's going to see it behind here because it's going to be stuck straight down onto the white. So I'm placing it so it's right there in the center. Whoops, almost right in the center. And you shouldn't push it down until you've got it in exactly the right spot. Okay, that's better. All right. Now, up to you to decide how you want this to be. You could have it so it goes, you know, sideways from dark or from one color to the other, or you can choose to have the color, perhaps the petunia pop on the bottom, or you could have it on the top. It really doesn't matter. Totally up to you, right? I've got my circles here, and I'm going to get in here with my Pretty Peacock. Sorry, no, what am I saying? Petunia pop. Pretty Peacock's my favorite color, and I keep calling other colors that. Silly. No, I don't score it. You could, Lani. That would be another way to go. I don't have a lot of luck with scoring. I tend to get my scores crooked. I don't know why. I don't know if anyone else has the same issue. You could score it, definitely. Okay, I'm going to use the Happy Birthday out of the Friends for Life set. So let me grab that. And you can use block B or C. Either of them is fine. So this is block B, and as you can see, it fits quite well on there. Okay, so B or C is fine. All right, and we're going to make sure that that's well and truly stuck by. If ever your, this is another tip for you, if ever your stamps are not sticking onto your block very well, it's usually because they need a clean. And so I can tell that this one probably needs a clean because it's not sticking on as well as I would like. Okay, and so what you can do very easily to fix that is take the stamp, wash it under the tap with warm and a bit of soap, a little bit of soap, okay? Give it a bit of a wash, because what's happened is the reason it doesn't stick is we have some dust or lint or whatever that has actually gotten onto the back of it and is stopping it from getting good stick to your block, okay? So you want to give it a wash, and it will wash up quite well, and then leave it to dry, okay? If you're in a hurry, you could pat it dry with a paper towel, but I find I get the best result if I leave it to dry. Okay, and then once I've done that and it's dry, it's well and truly sticky again, and we'll go back on my blocks. Okay, that's just how I do it. All right, so if you don't have the time, like for example, if I was doing a live video and I don't have time to run off and do it, I would probably get my seal and stick it to the block. And people go, what? Why would you do that? Because it's better than having it fall off, because there's nothing worse than a stamp that falls off the block, right? I'd rather stick it on and deal with the sticky stuff later, clean it all off later. I'd rather do that. All right. So what we're going to do here is I'm actually going to edge this. Now, I edged my original in the Petunia Pop. Okay, I just put it in and you know, did a bit of a circle in my ink pad. However, this piece behind here is the same color, so it doesn't show up very well. So on here, I don't know if you can see, I'm going to try and get close enough, see if it'll focus. All right, that's better. You can kind of see the edge. I've got a dark edge on my white, but you don't see it very well. But if you wanted to and you've got Petunia Pop ink, you certainly could do that. If you have another color in here and you would like to use that instead, that looks really good. So this is Lemon Lime Twist in mine. Yours might be a different color depending on what's the other color that's in your ink. So if you don't want to use Petunia Pop, if you have Petunia Pop, great. If you have another color, you can just zip around with the other color, because that's going to give you a bit more contrast against your Petunia Pop circle. So now I have the green around, the matching green, same as this one. And can you see it? It's a bit blurry. I'm trying to get the camera to focus. There it goes. All right. So that actually is a bit more, that's a bit more striking than using the same color as the piece of cardstock that's underneath. Oh, everyone's gone very quiet. Am I still live? Everyone was talking, and then they stopped. Right, so I'm going to use dimensionals to pop that onto here. One. Oh, now I'm not going to use, I'm going to take that one off actually. I'm going to show you why. I am not going to use, I'm going to put my dimensionals, one on each side. So I've got Happy Birthday going across this way, one here, and I'm going to put them right in towards the middle. One. I'm not going to put them near the outside because I want to slide my leaves in underneath, okay? And, well, on this one, I actually put them underneath the Petunia Pop circle. If you want them to be between the white and the petunia pop, then this is what you would do to slide them in under here, but on top of the petunia pop. Okay, so I might do it that way this time just to show you the difference. And I'm actually going to go ahead and with those couple of dimensionals in the middle of the circle, I'm going to pop them right there, like so. All right, so that's how I've got it sitting at the moment. So up to you. This is your choices. You can either have them underneath. I'm going to go ahead and put this on the acetate in a second, but just to give you an idea, this piece would go like so. Don't do this yet, okay, and I'll show you why in a second. This piece would go like so. So they both go underneath, okay, and that's how this one is, and it looks fine. But if you want them to be underneath the white and over the top of the petunia pop, which actually looks quite nice, then you can do that. All right, and that's how that would look. Up to you. All right, but before we put the leaves on, my suggestion is that we put this piece in the center of our acetate base. Okay, we're going to put this on. Our card is top opening, unless you'd like it to open sideways. Totally up to you. If you want it to open from side to side, you can have it that way, or today I'm doing a top fold. Okay, but I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue this. Any glue is fine because you're not going to see it anyway. Right, so I'm going to make sure that I've got the same amount of distance around each part. Pushing it down, and it's looking good. Okay, so now it's in the center of my acetate base. Can you see that? Close the ink pad. Sorry, Sheila. Oh, good, Jen. That's awesome. Thanks. Are they punch circles? Yes, they are punch circles, but you could use stylish shaped circles if you want to. So my circle sizes are 1 3/4 and 2 inch. Okay, sorry, I should have said that before. Thank you for asking. Okay. Oh, engrossed is good, Lani. And I'm upsetting Sheila by leaving ink pads open. Sorry. All right, so yes, 1 3/4 inch circle and 2 inch circle. They're the two sizes I have. The 2 inch circle, we also have a 2 3/8 inch circle. They're the 3 different sizes. And I'll tell you that the one I use the most of all my circles, let me pull them out. Okay. So 1 3/4, 1 3/4, 2, and 2 3/8. They're the 3 that we currently have available. Last time I looked, I haven't checked today, but they're the ones we have. Definitely, I believe the 2 inch is still there. You can certainly go and check out the online store. The description will be it'll be in the description below straight after this video. My suggestion is, okay, that all 3 are useful because each one fits inside the other, okay? But if I had to pick one, the one I use the most is the 2 inch, okay? It's just a really good overall size. That's the size of the petunia pop circle. The 2 3/8 is handy because it goes behind other things. Obviously, it is a really nice thing to go behind your 2 inch circle, and the 1 3/4 inch fits really nicely inside the 2 inch circle. So if you're choosing which one, if you could only get one, the 2 inch would be my pick. It seems to be a great size for lots of, different things, different sentiments, all that kind of stuff. But all 3 are handy because they fit one inside the other. Okay, so I hope that answers the question about punches. Oh, that is a good idea. Great idea. Thank you, Donna. So Donna had a fantastic idea. Can I find it? Let me see. I saw Julianne write about it where she was saying put a sticky note on your acetate piece so you can find it. That's a great idea. Why didn't I think of that? Let me see if I can find it. Love that idea. Ah, now I can't find it. But yes, I do have a busy month in January, Judy. It's going to be crazy busy. Crazy but good, right? I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a fun month. All right, so now we get to decide whether we have our pieces underneath, and I'll get you guys to help me choose, okay, whether we want to put them underneath, which is what I've done on here, because now the reason why we put this on before we add the leaves is because we need to see where the edges of the acetate are so we can keep them underneath the like inside that acetate border. So that's how it looks underneath. Like so. All right, give you a bit of an idea. That's how it looks. Really pretty, really simple. And if you wanted to put it here, all right, so it goes underneath the white, not the petunia pop. So the petunia pop piece has to go in the middle, and then these would slide in underneath. So I would do it, if I was going to have these underneath, I'd put the leaves on first and then put the petunia pop circle on top. If I want it between, then I would put the circle on first and then put these in. Okay, so the order that you do it in depends on which way. Under the white, so it shows two different styles. Okay, Julianne, we'll do that. Now, if you find that it's too long, so let's do this. I'm just going to pop it straight. Straight on the front here. So I'm centering it so it's in the middle. Looks good. I mean, it's just nice like that, isn't it? Very simple, but it's really nice. But the leaves are what give it the wow factor, I think. So if we want to have this on, now if I push this in, even though I went right in the middle with my dimensionals, this is not quite far enough. Okay, now I can push it in, but the easiest thing to do is to take a tiny bit with your paper snips and just take a tiny bit off. Okay, then it's going to go in a little easier. All right, so that looks good. And I'm going to add a glue dot or two to the back of this. So let's add a glue dot right here in the middle. You don't have to have glue dots everywhere. You only need a couple at most. In fact, you get away with one if you wanted to. All right, so I've got this glue dot here is sticking out a little bit, so I'm just going to kind of roll it so it hides behind the leaves. And I'm going to lift that, and I'm going to make sure that it's right there at the edge, and then I'm going to push it down. So you can see you don't need to glue over the whole back of it to get good stick. You just need a couple of these. Same with this one. And I'm actually going to cut this one down as well. I'm going to cut a little bit off. And I wonder, that might be enough actually, that one. And I'm making sure that my leafy bits are inside the borders of the acetate. Because if I don't do that, then the card won't sit nicely. Now, if you do want to stick down any other bits, just to make sure, you can always get a bit of Tombow and add a couple of dots behind. And push it down. But really, you don't need much at all. I think that's good enough. Okay, that's how easy this is to do. Isn't it easy? And because of the acetate base, it makes the card look really special. Who has never used an acetate base for a card? Because I think it's time you did. So here's our two. All right, now the card's not quite finished. You'll notice that this one has pieces inside because we need somewhere to write. Okay, we don't have anywhere to write right now, and you can see the glue on the back of this white piece, and that's what these three other pieces are for. Okay, so we're going to be gluing these. This one's going to go on the back of here to hide our glue. Then we're going to have another one in the middle to write on, and another one on the back to hide that glue. Okay, so that's what we're doing next. I'm going to use any glue once again. And because these pieces of paper are all exactly the same size, this is really easy to do. What you want to do is line it up on the back, line up the corners. So that it is an exact match to the one that's on top. Okay, so now we've got this one on top, and we've got no glue showing through here because we've got a piece of white. Okay, you haven't used acetate for cards? Ah, yes. Well, it's handy for overheads. I remember those days. That's nice, Jen. I love window sheets. I use them for so many different things, as you can see from all the cards that I showed you earlier. But it's just a really great addition to your craft supplies. All right, now we've got another one here. This is the one we're going to write on, okay? And so I want to do the same thing. I'm going to add glue to the back of it. This one, how you do this is kind of important. All right, so these pieces. Now, I'm going to put the side without the glue, okay? I'm going to put that side, I'm going to face it towards the one that I just added. So those corners mix. Those corners meet, okay? And then we're going to fold our card flat. So now this piece and this piece meet, okay? And all the corners match up, right? Can you see the glue? I don't know if you can. You can see the glue coming through that piece. So we want to cover that up. So guess what we're going to do with our final piece? We're going to add glue to the back, and we're going to make the corners meet, and we're going to add that up. Okay, so all of your pieces will actually cover all the bits that you don't want anyone to see through the acetate, and you've got somewhere to write as well. All right, so this one's going to go on the back. Line up the corners. And so long as you're lining up the corners and all the pieces meet, you've got a beautifully made card with no standout gluey pieces where you can't see the adhesive. Does that make sense, what we've just done? Yeah, I use it for shaker cards as per the one I showed earlier. Well, you could use that, but I would thoroughly recommend the Stampin' Up window sheets. I think the quality of the acetate is fabulous. It folds really well for. I don't know about other acetates really, as far as whether they would do the same job. You could give it a try, but I don't know that you'll get the same result when it comes to folding it, because I know that this is really good. This is really good stuff. Oh, that's okay. Don't be sorry. Don't ever be sorry, Cherie. Goodness me. All right, so now we've got this piece left over. Okay, so what are we going to do with that? If you would like to add it to the inside of your card, you certainly can. Can you see that? You can add it and glue that little piece right in at the bottom here. That would look nice. When I did this original one, I actually cut them, I split them up, and I added one coming down from the top and then had the other two at the bottom. Totally up to you. If you wanted to do that, you can just cut this in the middle here, snip that off, snip it down the bottom here, and have this as a separate piece, and then you've got these two pieces. Totally up to you. Or you might decide you just want to leave it white inside. But I rather like the idea of having a little piece on here. And do I want to? No, let me split it. I'll show you how I did it. But you don't have to split it if you don't want to. All right, so I'm going to come in here and I'm going to cut this kind of like a leaf shape. And then this piece here, I'm going to cut down the stem. Right, so this piece is ready to go. Now this piece, I'm just going to round these off so they don't look like they've been snipped with scissors. And just get that last little snippy bit. Now, if you wanted to, you could use glue dots like I did before, but I think the easiest thing to do is to add a little bit of Tombow. And I'm just going to add a couple of bits to these leaves. And we'll have this bit coming down from the top here. Pop that inside the card. So a little bit at the top. And then we could have a little bit at the bottom. We can have it draped across, or we could have it going up. Totally up to you how you want that to be. In fact, I'm sort of tempted to cut it down again. You know me, I can't help myself. Once I start, I can't stop with something. So I'm just going to have these two pieces. Do I want that little blobby leaf? No, I'm just going to chop that off, actually. This room is so hot in the afternoons, and I have just started to to notice that I'm starting to drip sweat. Oh my goodness. It's so hot in here today. I'm going to go back out to the air conditioning when this is finished. And I've also got to finish doing my videos, of course. So we want to make sure there's plenty of room left to right. So I'm just going to have those pieces like that. Yes, Cookie is here. He says hi. All right, so now you can see a couple of different ways of doing these silver pieces on the inside if you want to. All right. So yeah, this piece ends up being 4 inches by 4 inches. It started out as a 4 by 8, and then we folded it in half, and so it ends up being 4 by 4. Okay, so last things to add, we have, uh-oh, where did they go? Did anyone hear they are? Found them. I've got my little faceted gemmy things, and I'm going to add one down in the corner here, and another one further up, and then the little guy maybe up above like I did on the original card. There we go. That's rather cute. Now this one, in your packs, there's also some of this little ribbon. The what do we call that ribbon? We call it the striped, iridescent striped ribbon, I think is what it's called. And I love this ribbon. It's beautiful. However, today I'm going to use a different one. So this is the one that's in your packs, the stripy iridescent one, which matches this suite. It's part of this suite. Really, really beautiful. It's a favorite ribbon. Really easy to tie. Okay. The other thing you can do though, this is new. This is going to be in the celebration offering, which is starting up on the 7th of January for those people who are waiting for the 7th of January to order. This is free, this ribbon with a $100 order. And it's really pretty, very easy to tie. And I've even got one I prepared earlier. I didn't actually prepare it for this. It's just left over from another project. And if this doesn't work out, I've got a backup. All right. No, I think that's fun. And look how nice the petunia pop looks. Sorry, with the fresh freesia. The ribbon is fresh freesia. So this is a bow. The other one I just tied a knot. So you go either way. If you think the bow is too bulky, then you can tie a knot like I did here. Just a little knot there. That's easy. Oh, you found it, Cherie. Thank you. Where you've written trim and then the $ and AU, it looks like the word tiramisu. Can you tell I've had too much dessert over Christmas? Because I looked at that and thought, she's written something about tiramisu, but no, it's trim $AU. Can you see what I'm talking about, or am I just a nutter? Yeah, it's beautiful striped ribbon. But then so is this ribbon, and it's free with a $100 order. So it's going to be, the new amount is going to be $100. It used to be $90, but from this year it's $100. All right, there we go. Just to give you an idea of how this looks. So there we go. There we are. So I think that that is a really easy but really effective card. You prefer the knots as the bows look bulky? I totally understand. That's actually why I did. With this ribbon, I decided a knot looked better on this card. The bow in this ribbon would have been overwhelming, whereas with the slightly thinner and softer ribbon, you can kind of get away with a bow. So sometimes it depends. It might not be you. It might not be you tying bows inefficiently. It might actually be the type of material that your ribbon is made from as to whether or not it's a good ribbon to tie or a knot, or to tie a bow. So have a little think about that when you're doing that. All right, so that's it today. How did we go? Did you enjoy making these with me? Very, very quickly, I'm going to put the other cards out on the table so that if anyone is interested in the alternative tutorials this month, they will be up on the blog later tomorrow. I have not finished them yet. Christmas has kind of done me in, and I'm just, hanging in there. So this was the first one I mentioned earlier. Then we've got these cards as well. We've got a butterfly shaker card, which I'm really happy with how that turned out. And then we've got a floating frame card. This is made also with the textured floral dies and stamps. So I've used that one a bit this month. Then we've also got a window card made with the new Floral Delight stuff. So very pretty. Aren't they pretty colours? I didn't put them all out together until now. And I'm really, really happy with how they look. Oh, you're very welcome. Does anyone have any questions about anything that we've done today at all? Anything you'd like to know? Thanks, Sheila. I'll do that. Thank you so much. For some reason, but guess what? Once I get the new blog, and I'm going to have a new shopping site on the new blog, that's one of the things I'll be able to do with the new blog is have a proper shop, online shop, which I'll be able to sell tutorials. And I'm also planning on selling things like retired product and things like that. I can sell that kind of stuff on my blog as well. So I'm very excited about that. It won't be immediately as soon as the blog goes live, but it will be. It'll be following up in the next couple of months. So there we go. Trying to hang on until the 7th of January. I know, right? All right. Well, I'm just going to pop back over to me, and I would like to wish everyone here a very happy new year. I hope that 2024 has been good to you, and whether it has or it hasn't, but I hope that 2025 is a great year ahead. I know there are challenges and we all have lots of things going on, but I hope you can find some time to look after yourself, and that includes crafting, because crafty, creative stuff, when you do it with your brain, it really, really helps you be in a good mindset. And crafting, it's been scientifically proven, is great for our brains, and that's something that we really want to hang on to. And this community is also a really great place to be, and I want to thank you for being part of my community. And I hope that you will let me serve you, continue to serve you, and provide value to you in 2025. Thank you so much, guys. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you again soon. Oh, we do have Technique Tuesday tomorrow, so if anyone's around tomorrow, we'll have a fun time tomorrow. Thanks, guys.